Now that we've explored the general problem of reliable data transfer and the strategies used to handle that loss, in this section, we're going to examine how TCP implements those ideas in practice. The goal here is to understand the core mechanisms TCP uses to provide reliable, ordered delivery without yet focusing on congestion control or performance tuning. We're going to get to that a little bit later. So TCP provides reliable, ordered delivery of data between processes. It builds on the basic transport layer services by adding mechanisms that detect errors, recover from loss, and ensure that data is delivered correctly and in sequence. TCP, Transport Control Protocol, treats applications data as continuous streams of bytes rather than individual messages. TCP does not preserve message boundaries. Instead, it ensures that the bytes are delivered in an order, leaving it up to the application to interpret that data. So we utilize sequence numbers to identify the position of the data within the byte stream. This allows the receiver to reorder the data if it arrives out of order and enable the sender to detect when data has been lost and needs to be transmitted. This allows us to go through and say, hey, this is number 43, here's number 44, number 45, number 46, and we can go forward. If I'm missing something and I go from 42 to 44, then we can send back and go, okay, I'm missing sequence number 43. TCP uses acknowledgments to confirm the data has been successfully delivered, and those acts are cumulative, meaning that they indicate the next byte the receiver expects. If data is missing, the acknowledgments will not advance. This signals a loss to the sender. If the acknowledgments are received within a certain time, the TCP assumes the data was lost and retransmitted. Retransmissions ensure reliability, but it also introduces delay. So TCP must balance the responsiveness with avoiding unnecessary retransmissions. What we're saying here is, I expect you to nod your head when you talk to me. I'm married. I'm going to pick on my wife a little bit, okay? She sits there, she talks to me, and if I don't give some type of nod, if I don't give some type of acknowledgement that I've heard her, then she bugs me and she pokes on me and she makes me re-answer. This is the same process that we see within TCP traffic. All right, it's going to send it. It's going to say, here's 43, here's 44, here's 45. You're going to go, okay, acknowledge 46. Here's 47, here's 48, here's 49. Okay, acknowledge 50. You see where I'm going through this, right? We have to re-acknowledge everything. If at any point the receiver stops acknowledging, then the sender will assume that it did not receive the packets and it will resend it. All right, TCP estimates the round-trip travel time between the sender and the receiver to determine how long it should wait before retransmitting the data. Because the network conditions change, TCP continuously updates that RTT, that round-trip time, to estimate the remaining time accurately. Okay, so this is what happens, okay? Check this out. If I've got, and I'm sending a packet, right? And I'm sending packet number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I can estimate when your acknowledgement comes in, how long it took for me to send it, versus when I receive that acknowledgement from the other system. That provides me an average of the RTT, the round trip time, okay? Then the next one comes in. If it's a little bit later, that's fine. My average changes. If it's a little bit shorter, then my average changes again. So I'm constantly keeping track of that average to make sure that I'm expecting it. If it falls outside that average, without that scope, then I'm going to resend the packet. Right. TCP uses round-trip times to calculate the retransmission timeouts. A safety margin is included to account for the variation of the network delay, and it's adjustable to maintain that performance without sacrificing reliability. All right, TCP's mechanisms provide correctness for reliability, but they also add that overhead and complexity. This provides the ordering, the acknowledgments, the timers to all contribute to delay and processing costs. These trade-offs are intentional and reflect the TCP design. So we talked about UDP, and we said UDP is unconnected, right? It's fast. It's just going boom, 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 and it's just going to hit you up. There's no acknowledgement. It's just going at you 900 miles per hour. TCP is not that way. TCP expects that two-way conversation. It expects you to acknowledge that you heard what's going on. And if it doesn't receive it, it's going to retransmit it. This slows it down some, but it's reliable, because if I'm downloading something like a program, I want that reliable transmission. I need every single byte. I need every packet to come in, right? With UDP, I don't care. And that's the big difference between TCP and UDP, okay?